People talk about climate justice, like they chant it in the marches. But when you come and actually want to talk to them about, okay, what does climate justice actually mean here? Let's talk about racism, let's talk about occupation.
בראש ובראשונה, קודם כל, יותר מכולם, האוכלוסיות הפגיעות ביותר, המוחלשות ביותר, ואנחנו כאן להזכיר את זה ולהביא את הפוליטיקה הזאת למרכז מצד האקלים.
The climate crisis is political.
Everything you see now in the village, everything is under, like immediate threat of demolition. Just look, like to the settlement here, how they live, and look, like to the kind, like of houses which the people have here. I mean, like they have tents, like next to the fence of the settlement. But look what the settlers, like have here.
Israel control all the Palestinian natural resources. Actually, there is no Palestinian sovereignty on the land and also on the natural resources. How we can cope with the climate changes without sovereignty on our natural resources on our land.
Settlement is fully connected to a water network. But the village right next to it and the villages around it in Masafriata don't have that privilege because they're in an area where Israel wants to maintain control and to support Palestinians leaving that area into a more centralized center.
Water tanks, for example, to reach to Masafriata, it costs the Palestinians in this area, one tank is cost 7 times as cost the people, for example, in Tel Aviv.
Israel is very fond of fossil gas. We never had oil to export. The whole situation is used to promote more projects to export to Europe. It's a fossil fuel. So it warms the planet 86 times more than carbon dioxide. We are in a climate catastrophe and ecological collapse, and we cannot allow ourselves to keep warming the planet more and more.
There are several gas wells on the surrounding areas in the western part of West Bank and also in Gaza. What Penguin works on is exposing the Israeli violations and trying to stop 2 energy projects between Israel and Europe, the Euro-Asia Interconnector and the East Med Pipeline.
The East Med Pipeline, which is one of the big projects that Israel is promoting for many years. So the fact that we're even promoting new gas infrastructure and more gas exploitation and extractivism is really bad. It's really short-term thinking.
Climate justice cannot be achieved under occupation. We targeted the EU in order to stop funding the supporting for these 2 energy projects. When the EU support like this project, they put themselves in a hook with Israeli violations.
If the EU really cares about human rights and really cares about the climate, promoting projects like the East Med Pipeline or any other project, even with Egypt or with other countries that are oppressive regimes to their people, that is not the way to do it.
For me, to be a climate justice activist, it's about making it very obvious that fighting towards climate resilience or adaptation can't be disconnected from the fight against the occupation, from the fight against apartheid.
Climate justice activists in Palestine is working hard despite different restrictions, despite different threats against also the Palestinian activists.
To be honest, like this year is the worst year in Masafriata, in South Hebron Hills, since decades. They are destroying lives, and we all have to stand, like to stop this, to make it, like easier as much as we can.
It's like building new infrastructure brick by brick. That's what it feels like being a climate justice activist here.
We ask everyone, like to act for justice,